Welcome back to the analysis.news. I'm filmmaker Barry Stevens, and I'm talking to Paul Jay, the senior editor and originator of the analysis, about this crazy past year of 2025. In the first part, we were talking about the Americas and the U.S. plan to dominate the Americas. But now we're going to talk about a war that is already in progress and has been grinding on for almost 4 years now, the war in Ukraine. It's been, I guess it's February, it'll be 4 years since Russia invaded Ukraine in violation of the United Nations Charter. The war has been a meat grinder, reminiscent of the Western Front in World War I. The Russians are likely to win, at least they're edging forward on the battlefield, and they have far more resources because of their massive size. And despite Ukraine's being armed by the USA and Europe, forming what is pretty much a proxy war, we now are looking at a peace plan that was presented by the Trump administration that concedes territory to Russia and seems to have shocked Europeans and in fact to favor Russia. So that's the situation we're in now. A lot of people thought the war would be over quickly. Instead, it's grinding on, as I said. So at this point, Paul, how do you understand where it's heading?
Well, let me first of all disagree with one thing you said, that it's a proxy war. Because it is and it is and it isn't. It is and it isn't. The Ukrainian, first of all, you can't analyze these things the way Mearsheimer does, which is to look at these questions as if there's no such thing as a class society.
You're talking about John Mearsheimer, who has a vision of great power conflict.
Yeah, and big powers have a right to, not a right, big powers have their sphere of influence. It's a reality, and one big power should respect the other big power's sphere of influence. That's a thesis that completely discounts that ordinary people, the majority of people, have their own agency, their own interests. And this very much applies to Ukraine. So I'm just going to start with first principles about this issue, because I think they've been greatly mixed up and confused. There are external factors in terms of why Russia invaded Ukraine, and there's internal domestic factors, both in Russia and